Hey everyone, Mr. Nathan here. Just going to do a quick video on how to tune your guitar or tuning. So if you want to play songs that you love to play and you've learned all the chords and everything, all the notes, tuning is going to let your whole process down if you haven't tuned up. So this process that I'm going to walk you through uses 3 different ways to tune your guitar, or you can use this for ukulele or acoustic guitar too. I just happen to be using an electric today. But I'm going to walk you through how to use a digital tuner, how to use pitch with adjacent strings, and then I want you to try using pitch, the harmonics on the strings to tune. All 3 are great ways to tune. I'm going to encourage you to work towards step 2 and 3. Just it helps develop your ear and helps you develop as a musician more than just relying on the tech, and sometimes tech lets you down, so it's good to have those backup skills. So let's get into using a digital tuner. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the tuner on the screen right now. So big thing when you're using a digital tuner is you don't want to overpick and you want to tune up into pitch. So I'm going to go ahead and play my low E string and see I'm a little flat. So what I can do is I could just, and I'm just slightly flat, I could just tune it right up into pitch right there. But see, I wasn't overpicking. I'm not going, okay, you want to let the pitch of the string ring out and kind of settle. Okay, so let's go to the A string. Should be pretty close, just a little flat. So imagine, what if I was really flat, okay? All right, so it's saying G sharp or A flat. Now I'm gonna pluck and just slightly tune, slightly turn. Maybe one more to get more of a ring in the string, and then right into pitch. Okay, let's do the D. So I'm pretty close there too, just gonna go up a little bit. Sharp, so I'm going to come down and then tune up into pitch. Okay, so G string, let's imagine I'm really sharp. Okay, so it's G sharp or A flat. I'm going to tune down, but I don't want to tune down into pitch. That's going to allow your string to slip. So I want to go past it, and then I want to tune up into pitch right there. Okay, B string, it's looking pretty good, and E string, okay? All right, so make sure you're not over picking, make sure you tune up into pitch, and make sure you just take your time with this step, okay? So if it's really close, you can just slightly tune, but if you go up, you gotta come back down again and tune up into pitch. Okay, so that's using a digital tuner. The second method is using adjacent strings for pitch. So this is how I learned how to tune, and it's very useful. Sometimes when my tuners are kind of on the fritz, I revert to this, and it's always gonna help me out, always works. The kind of important thing to note here, though, is that you need a reference note, so you have to have some way to get an E. And just start practicing with trying to identify that ability to kind of recognize the pitch. And one thing you can do to do that, if you have like a piano or some other instrument, or go online and type in virtual piano and hit an E, they usually have the notes labeled, is just play around with the string until you feel like you're getting close. You know, so for example, if you hit an E note on the piano or the other instrument, just kind of train your ear to kind of hear those peaks and valleys of going up and down until you hit pretty close. Double check myself. Tune up into E. Okay, so here's how we use the adjacent strings. 5th fret on the 6th string. Make sure you're hugging this side of the fret. You're going to hit that note, and then the open A string. And again, you're going to have to kind of train your ear to hear the differences in pitch, but those should be the same. Next, 5th fret A string, open D string. Should be pretty close. Next, 5th fret D string, open G string. Pretty close. Next is 4th fret G string, open B string. Pretty close. And then last is 5th fret B string, open high E string, or open 1 string. Now if you noticed, you let that string ring out just like we did with the digital tuner. So you don't want to go like this. Take your time with it. Tuning is something you want to take your time to make sure you're getting right, because that sets up all the stuff you're going to play that you've worked hard to learn. So let's just imagine, let's hear an A string that's flat. Okay. Hear that wobble? I'm going to turn it up a little bit. That wobble gets slower and slower. And then pretty close. So it's a little bit more involved, that you have to kind of pluck, fret, and then tune, pluck, fret, and tune. But it's super helpful as you get better at it in recognizing pitch and training your ear. So first is the digital tuner, which probably is the easiest, but it's kind of the method that kind of does it for you a little bit. But then the second is using the adjacent strings, which helps develop your ear a lot more. Now the last is using the kind of pitch harmonics on a string. So for this, you have to kind of learn how to make this sound. You're not fretting the string. So for example, I'm gonna start on the 5th fret. I'm not fretting it like that where I get the A. I'm gonna actually just rest my finger on the string, not pushing down, and then I'm gonna pluck it and then just slightly pull off. But even if I don't really pull off, you'll still get that note, but you wanna try and pull off so it rings. Then you're gonna do the same thing on the A string on the 7th fret. And those should be the same pitch. Now the great thing about this, especially if you have a little bit more gain, is that you're gonna basically use kind of the wobble of that frequency of the pitch to kind of help you know when you're getting close. So for example, I'm gonna go ahead and put my A string a little sharp, and you're gonna hear it. So it's harder when there's not a lot of gain, but you're gonna start hearing a wobble when it gets close, and then it's gonna slow down when you're right on pitch. So here's a little off. Okay, now I'm gonna go a little bit away. Not sure if that's coming through on the audio, so you might wanna use headphones, but as I go down, the wobble goes away, and now we're back in pitch. Next is the 5th fret on the A string, 7th fret on the D string. Okay, so again, I'm gonna tune it sharp a little bit. And you're gonna hear that pitch come down. So a really quick wobble means you're kind of further away, and then as it slows down, you're getting closer. Okay, next is the 5th fret harmonic on the D string. Hear that a little bit, okay? Bring it down a little bit. Okay, down a little bit, and then up. And then it went away. Okay? Now the last two are a little tricky, so it breaks out of this 5-7 type of pattern. We go to the G string on the 12, and then we fret the 10, okay, or sorry, the 8 on the B string. A little bit of a wobble. And there it goes away. Pretty good. Last is 12 on the B string, and then 7 on the high E string, fretting. And we can hear that's a little off. And then that's back, okay? So tuning wise, just big thing to take away is take your time with it, okay? So you want to be in tune. Whether you use a digital tuner, adjacent strings, or the harmonics, they all will work, but take your time. The other thing is make sure that you're letting the strings ring to really settle on the pitch so you can make the accurate adjustment. and then always make sure you're tuning up into pitch. So that's it. Go ahead and go try it. Practice. This is something that takes some practice, but you're going to get better at it and get quicker at it, and you're going to be thankful that you master this step of tuning. And it really does help develop your ear in terms of hearing pitch, and then how you apply that as you play your instrument and enjoy playing music. I hope this was helpful. If it was helpful, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. If there's other things that you're kind of needing help with learning guitar or talking about music, I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.